Hi, Cancer. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. There's always an extended reading, which I invite you to join me for. I don't know what this is happening there. That link is below, or you can join the Unbound membership. Join the channel membership here called Unbound. Allows you to get access to all the extendeds for the life of your membership. And you can even join me tomorrow on our live chats. We have members only live chats where there's just tarot card questions, question and answer. It's wonderful stuff. So I hope that you can join me. There's a new reading that comes out every single week. Cancer readings come out every single Friday at 9 a.m. That's Pacific time. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. And there's a daily tarot card reading that's live chat every single day over on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. So I welcome you to join me over there as well. I'll attach the link above. So I'm going to get into the astrology first and then move into the cards, the oracle cards and tarot cards. My words aren't working very well. Mercury is in retrograde. I can feel so much. So what I'm going to do is describe to you the astrology leading up to and then just after the full moon in Scorpio. This full moons impact Cancerians a lot overall. Wherever the moon is going to impact us in a big way. But it's the aspects around it that are really exacerbating the extreme. Because this isn't only it's not a regular full moon. It's a super moon, which means the moon is very close. So any emotions are very much right there in your face, on the surface, radically overwhelming to begin with. But this is also a lunar eclipse, predominantly for North America or the Americas and Europe and Africa. There is this full, complete lunar eclipse that is going to turn it red because the moon will be in the full shadow. Basically, lunar eclipses happen when the sun, the earth is right between the sun and the moon. So the earth's shadow is casting on the moon. Okay. It's going to have a red color, super blood moon. This moon is traditionally called a flower moon because of the season that it's in. It's in springtime, so it's traditionally about blossoming, blooming, new love even. But the scene, this is a full moon in Scorpio. And the only scene that I could think of in my head when I'm thinking about this moon is that end scene from Carrie at her prom, where she was going to her prom. Prom is associated with youth and happiness and joy and gaiety and flirtatiousness and blossoming sensuality, which is what the flower moon is usually associated with. The fact that it is a lunar eclipse, full lunar eclipse, and it's also a blood moon, makes me think of that final scene of Carrie, where she is just completely odd. She doesn't fit in. Clearly, there's something different about her, and it just ends up in a complete bloodbath. Now, do I think that that's what's going to happen? To all of us, no. But I will say, Cancer's leading up to this full moon in Scorpio, there is a heavy tendency toward flirtatiousness. Starts in Virgo, goes into Libra, the moon. And the aspects of the moon as it's going into the full position in Scorpio is a bunch of oppositions, right? The moon in Virgo is opposite to, I think, the Neptune-Mars conjunction, which is like we think we can get this done. We have so much confidence that we can get this done, or we feel impelled to get things done and have an overreaching sense of what we're actually capable of getting done. And then we go into Libra, where we're trying to balance everything and be superhuman and think we can handle it all. Super flirtatious, super, maybe I can flirt my way into making everything work out and making everybody happy. And then bam, we hit Scorpio. And I tell you, it is going to feel like a bloodbath, because all of the ways, remember, this moon is opposite, it's in Scorpio, opposite Uranus. So it's going to make us feel all the ways in which we are different, in which we are odd, in which we don't feel good enough, in which we don't fit in, we stand out, the oddities about us. This is what we're dealing with on this full moon. And what we've repressed and kept down and held under and hidden from everybody. All of those oddities are coming out now. You're not going to be able to hide them. And this is a time you can't fight your primal. And so we could, it's not necessarily even just make really bad decisions. It's a time where we're making decisions that are so out of our character, but they're not out of our character at all. They're revealing those parts of ourselves that we've been ashamed of or tried to hide. And now we're not going to be able to hide them. Now, for some people, that could be the best blessing in the world, because that's where their genius lives. That's where their most beautiful aspect. Anything that we have felt like the odd duck out, like like we're in the wrong place, we're in the wrong time, we don't fit in, all of that even could make us unique and special is coming out. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. And this is over a 3-day period. We could get this impact. I know if you're interested in watching the full moon eclipse, if you're in North America, if you're in the States, or the times are between, over here on the West Coast, around 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. over on the East Coast. So it goes from between 7:30 at the earliest to 10:30 at the latest is when the penumbra, I think, the full shadow starts. And then it lasts for a couple of hours. So even if the sun is still a little bit out here in California, we'll be able to see it. It's going to be a huge fucking moon. And we'll be able to see it. You're not going to be able to miss it. I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to miss it. So everybody in the States will get a pretty good view of it. And over in Europe, it will be early in the morning. The sun might start rising to dull it a little bit, but you still should get some good shot, be able to get a window of, in the early morning, of it occurring, to actually see it. And yes, this is a lunar eclipse, so you can look directly at it. It's not like a solar eclipse. It's going to be so emotional, and it's going to be so intense, because feelings that have been kept down that long, they're all going to come out. Could this mean opportunity? It could, because of where Pluto is and what Pluto's doing. Pluto is sextile to the Mars. No, it's sextile to Jupiter. And Jupiter is sextile to Mercury, and Pluto is trine Mercury. So, and Mercury and Pluto are both in retrograde. So this can very well be the opportunity, or whatever was missed, whatever was passed over, and anything that was passed over because it was passed over because it was too odd and people wanted things more traditional. That's going to be the focal point. That's going to be what people aren't able to take their eyes off of. And that is, especially with Mercury being there, that is the delivery system. It will be delivered to our doorstep, or it might come out in speech. We might not be able to control what we say enough, and whether we like it or not, it's just going to be out. This is also a good time to let it out. Let out retrograde, especially what you've been feeling. In Gemini, You should be articulate even if it is in retrograde. Mercury is in retrograde. Things that you've wanted to say, right? Those kind of things. So let's get into the cards. I know I've taken a little extra time, but trust me, Cancerians, the astrology is extremely important this week, and you're not going to want to miss it. Cancer. Be peace in reverse. This is in the past. It's coming up in the past. So something that was extremely unbalanced. Hurtful, painful, sad, unfair. I will go that far as to say unfair. Something that was just extremely unfair, untruthful, unholy. Even this moon is going to purge the unholy. It's going to show it. The demon will be out. Full, and like just right in front of everybody. They'll see it. I think this is on a global scale. It's going to become very obvious. It's amazing what is revealed in the dark. Because, you know, full moons, especially supermoons, are really bright. The moon, Cancerians, we reflect everything. We're not going to be able to reflect anything. We're not going to have the capability to take somebody else's shine and just make that the center of attention. No, everything that we hide by reflecting other people's shine is going to be out there on the fucking table. This is an injustice. This is an imbalance from the past. Okay, we're setting it up. Life is a mystery. There was somebody masked or disguised or pretending to be something they're not. Got away with it. Absolutely. Because they wore the right mask. Trust in divine detours. Coyote. This was a trickster. This was somebody wily. This was somebody deceptive. Any ways, especially Cancerians, any ways in which you have deceived or tricked or trying to trick people, even if it's as simple as I want them to think I feel something that I don't because I don't want them to be mad at me. Bullshit. They're going to be able to see right through you. And you'll be able to see right through other people. But trust in divine detours, it's almost like you were tricked in a direction or tricked out of what you were supposed to get because of some manipulation or a trick. Somebody tricked you into doing something that was imbalanced or not right or incorrect or I don't know, maybe you went along with it. Maybe it was something that you went along with, right, Cancerians? Because that's what we do with that a lot. We might have gone along with it, worn a mask of we're okay, when in reality we were not. It was not something that was comfortable for us at all. And then we have clear out the clutter. And there it is. And that is where we have to grow up. We've got to grow up. We can't be children anymore. Letting go and releasing all of this baggage and all of this crap. Releasing the home, releasing the mother especially. Releasing the design of yourself that somebody else gave to you. Be here now. This is Libra energy. So focus on something beautiful. Understand that during this moon, you could become obsessed with something beautiful. You could become obsessed with, like, something could seem better than it is because everything is so intense and you're feeling something so intensely that you think it's better than it is. You think it's worth more than it is. Watch out for overeating, over drinking, and overspending right now. Especially when the moon is Libra and it's got some interesting aspects, I think, to Venus. Overeating, overspending, exaggeration, that kind of thing. And then we have leap of faith. That's a little bit lucky. Taking a leap of faith or being willing to jump in head first because you think something is so pretty. Or you think something is so beautiful. You think something is so perfect. Or this could be finding the courage to have faith and believe in the beauty. But it will be simple things. It will be small things. It will not be extraordinary things. So this is a really good time to not believe the shine or convince yourself you can afford it when you can't, but to be in earth, try to be as grounded as possible and see the beauty that is natural. Because things that have natural beauty will become very clear to you. Very clear. And that's part of the beauty of this moon. The primal truth of things will become very clear because the moonshine is blocked, which could cause a lot of us especially to try to like get that shine back by putting a shine on, drinking too much, eating too much, fucking too much. But if we can avoid that, the intensity of the beauty around you, you won't even need psychedelics. You'll just see it. And then we have Spirit has your back. So God is on our side here in the darkest hour. Faith is super important right now. All that we go through, all that Pluto does, is even if you look at Pluto like Hades or the devil, is to bring you back to God, to see the beauty and glory of God. And it's in our darkest hour that we find the faith the most. So faith is going to really help us here. Are we going to have our darkest hour? It's going to feel like it. I honestly think that this is exactly what we needed to go through. This is, if you read the book, The Alchemist, this is not the last step, but right before when he's getting robbed and he thinks he's lost everything. And he thinks, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Why did I even fucking try this? I was happy where I was. What? No, you had to go through this. This is the last wringing out of the dirty self, the old self. And I'll tell you, popped on the other side is something gloriously beautiful. Learn from the past. This is elephant energy. This is, once again, maternal energy, and this is where we end up. How to be better than our parents. And also to learn to never, ever again replicate any of this. In other words, I'll tell you this. This is change. This marks a time of exceptional change where we now see the world in a completely different way. And those beliefs that we had held on to because they were traditional, because they'd always been done. It's over. And that's why this also could be a great opportunity for people who had been ignored, the odd ducks, the oddballs, to finally be seen. Because you're the only ones that are going to be able to be seen. All the other reflection and sparkly is dimmed. So the only thing there is going to be the primal and the true. This is like, I would take all the glamour away and strip it fucking down, and where's your truth? And only the truth is going to be able to be there. With Pluto there, only the fucking truth is going to be able to be there. And Pluto still rules Scorpio, wherever it is. And where is Pluto now? And the moon is in Scorpio and reflecting all of that energy. And where is Pluto now? Well, Pluto is in Capricorn, trine to Mercury, which is going to be sextile to Jupiter, and Pluto is sextile to Jupiter as well. So Pluto is in a really good position, a position of power where he's going to let shit out. He's very cozy with Mercury, who can sound the alarm or speak and say, this is what's really going on. Or, oh, this is where the real value is. Not all this other glamorous shit. That's gone. Glamour doesn't matter here. It's all just, this is what is true. The Sun card, moving forward. In other words, brighter days moving forward. Also, our sun is starting to rise. We're starting to shine. And then we have a bountifulness is coming. Bounty is coming out of this. As much as it sounds horrific, oh, it's not. In other words, thank God, it's coming into something beautiful. Earth energy, once again, is helping us to ground ourselves, being grounded. And this speaks to a great deal of abundance coming through. It's natural abundance. It's healthy abundance. It's happy abundance. It's abundance here. It's an offer of abundance right? It's got to do with earth, so it's practical. So it's something we can rely on. It's something we've earned. With Pluto and Capricorn, you got to earn this shit. Also, did I mention when this moon is full and blood and eclipsed and super, it's also square to Saturn. So surviving this is the ultimate test, and then we get the green light. Whatever you guys as Cancerians experience on Monday, it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be challenging. You can't charm your way through it. If you don't know it, then you're not going to get through it. So don't enter into anything that you can't actually do and you're not really good at, and be really fucking honest with what you can do and what you can't do. Because you will not be able to deceive anyone, and deception will fucking disqualify you. People will see exactly what you are. And that's a good thing. As long as you can be comfortable with it enough to let people see exactly who you are. That boldness will shine through, and that's what will project you forward. Let's go into tarot. I will see you guys there. Links below.